afternoon, people. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, my peoples. Good afternoon, my peoples. We are here. We in the great city of ATL, and it is miserable outside.
What?
It's been raining since 10 o'clock last night,
Oh my goodness.
and it's been constantly raining. They're drizzling all evening, all day, and I think it just now stopped. But we supposed to get rain. Uh, I'm looking out my skylight here and seeing the rain hit my skylight. It looks like it's still drizzling. It's still raining. It's not real strong, but it's drizzling, and it's cold as hell. The high today is supposed to get to be 51 or 52.
I'm complaining because it's in the 70s here, man. I don't like it when it's in the 70s. I like 85.
Well, you don't need to be here then, because it's cold up here, buddy. It's cold up here in the ATL. I'm telling you, and they said it's supposed to get even colder. Tonight it's supposed to drop close to 30. So we're gonna have to bring our plants in. Gonna have to bring in our babies from outside. They out there in the rain and enjoying it, but I know that cold is probably gonna tear their little butts off. So anyway, we is here, people, and our president is in somewhere in Southeast Asia.
He's supposed to be in Hong Kong.
No, he ain't in Hong Kong. I think he just flew into Japan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he just flew into Japan to see the new prime minister there, and then he got the emperor of Japan met him, and he embarrassed himself.
He tired, man. He tired.
He told he told the emperor that he's a peacemaker. He done solved 8 wars in 8 months again. I guess you think people believe that crap. But the emperor said, well, Mr. President, we still have a lot of stuff going on in the country, here in the world. Oh, I don't know about him, man. He just walks around, shit, and mess with it. Poe Canada, he done jumped all over them. He got done it, he done put another. He got woke up last night. He got mad again and said, "God damn, I put another 10% on him." Terrible.
You know,
Oh man,
this,
10 more percent.
here's the thing, though. If you remember when, we used to do a report every once in a while. We used to do one on the states, and then we did one on different countries. And we would give them, people, their gross national product. We'll give them the per capita and employment and what was their major, what was their major resources, the top five companies in their country. And when you look at each country, you sort of kind of like, well, they're trying to do something for their country. Each one of them, they're trying to be capitalists. A lot of these little small countries trying to be capitalists and do trade and educate their people and I'm sure they have their problems too, just like America. However, when you're not as powerful militarily like United States, because we have bases all over the world, and but the thing is that if you look at a lot of these other countries, they are doing when it comes to, and this is sort of kind of a word that really is each individual, but overall, a lot of these countries are a lot more happier than the United States. Now, why do I say that? Why am I bringing that up? Is because number one, a lot of stuff depends on leadership. Not only the president, but the people that's around him, the people that's the news people. It depends on uh, the Congress and the Senate. It depends on the leadership in each state. And when people, I don't know, do you look, I listen to the BBC all the time too. And then every once in a while I listen to Al Jazeera. And the thing is, when you hear news from them, all they're talking about is negative stuff about America, bro. All kind of chaos going on in America. And I'm saying, well, what about what's going on over here? You know what's happening in some of these other countries are disasters, floodings, earthquakes, things like that. But what I'm saying is that you don't hear a lot of negativity. Every once in a while, it might be a shooting or some kind of, whatever, like they had that little robbery in Paris and stuff like that. But what I'm saying is that I don't see why people want to come to America because all they're hearing is negative news. And it's not the people as a whole because I don't know about your area, but when I walk around here, everything is cool. People are nice, they're friendly, they speak. I go to different places, parts of the state, everything is cool, no problems. But for some reason, because of the leadership and what's coming out of their mouth, the bringing up division of every little thing, we are the worst country in the world. Let them say it. I'm talking about these politicians, these people that's supposed to be leaders. We are the worst ones because they are so steeped and dyed in life, left versus right, liberal versus conservative. And to me, this is not right because this is a good country, bro. But yeah, we got some knuckleheads and all that stuff, yeah. But the point is, this is a really overall, this is a good country, and a lot, they say a lot of stuff in Chicago. Well, I got family in Chicago, bro. They're having a good time. Yeah, in certain places, certain places in L.A., certain places in New York, certain places in D.C., certain places in Minnesota. So what? Because when you're talking about thousands and thousands, or not millions of people, you expect that. Not necessarily you expect it, but some stuff gonna go down. But I'm telling you, bro, I don't see why people want to come here because the news that they putting on us, bro, is some bad stuff. So, but like I said, for the most part, it's a great country, man. It's a lot of places to go. It's a lot of things to do. It's a lot of whatever. But the thing is that I think the one thing that really changed this country, in my opinion, is when they started allowing people to carry guns and stuff. And I think what's really, and I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, But like I said, I don't think when they start promoting, because I know that's a market. That they done made it out of a commodity. Because anytime you pay $300, $400, $500 or even thousands of dollars for a weapon, people can make a lot of money off of that kind of stuff. And so they use it as a commodity. And some people got 4, 5, 6, 10, 20 uh, guns.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just another product. Like Like they say, they got more weapons here in the United States than we have population. And of course, some of those weapons gonna get into the wrong hands, and people use it for nefarious ways, you know. And you got the cocoa buff, you know, stealing these guns and stuff. But like I said, this is a great country, but our leadership, they ain't trying to unite us, nor the news people. This is all done systematically to divide this country because that's how they make money. Because people have a tendency to be fearful, and so they pump that fear. I don't know how you can change it. I don't know because I know I used to want to start a campaign and just start writing letters to these news people how unfair they are and how they put down the news. It can be a little bit of nothing, and then next thing you know, they got the black person sitting up there, and and it's almost like he's guilty before he's innocent. He's he don't even get a fair shot. And they do the same thing to some of these white people too. You know, these Caucasian people. You know, oh, he got
It's
caught watching porn. He got caught listen, doing this and doing that.
it doesn't make your country look very good when your citizenry who come over here, especially the ones and stuff to help the country to get things and stuff going, this country locks them up. The country up there in Canada, right across the border, our northern border, has right now over 150 of their citizens who have been locked up by ICE, and nobody knows where they're at. And the Canadian embassy can't even find out where they're at, and the ICE people and stuff will not tell them. Doesn't hurt your country very much and stuff, kid, when for a whole week and a half you see ICE agents going down to a plant in here in Georgia, and they arrest almost 500 South Korean engineers and technical people and put them in chains
Yeah,
and shackle them. They put them in chains and they shackled them and threw them on a bus. Don't make us look very good and stuff in the international eye when they see that stuff going on. It really doesn't. We creating our own daggone problems and stuff. And even though we have a president who says, quote unquote, that he's trying to bring in outside money and outside manufacturing industry into this country, doesn't look good when you do something like that. And then you get on national TV and you don't apologize to the South Koreans for what the hell happened and tell them this will not happen again and be strong about it. And those people and stuff and everything who were there, who did this stuff and everything, you don't say anything about discipline them because they were wrong for what they did. Even though after the whole incident got about to the end, we find out that they went in there and they arrested these daggone people and shackled them and did all kind of stuff because some woman called in and lied about them people. They had their visas, and you still don't apologize, and you still don't say, "Hey, those people who did this stuff, we're going to do something with them." And the lady who called in, and they know who she is, has not been indicted for lying. She's still walking around. Yeah, I did it. and nobody said anything about it. You did something illegal, and how does that people, those families and stuff, those people and stuff, those 500 people and stuff got families in South Korea. They were scared for their folks. Some of them might not have been able to come back and everything because of what I've been doing. They've been putting these people in these concentration camps and nobody knows where the hell they at. They lucky that they got all their relatives back. Don't make you look good.
Well, I fought the American people
Yeah, hey, whoever. We
because
somebody should be opening their mouth and saying something or doing whatever. But when you got a news media and stuff that's placating to and catering to this nut that's in the White House, and just yesterday, on Saturday or Sunday, some major law firm was getting ready to file a suit against the president about something he did wrong. They haven't even said what the heck he did. I ain't even read any more about it, but they backed off of it. Canceled a daggone lawsuit. We ain't gonna do nothing to him. We're gonna leave him alone. So he can get away with everything he want to get away with. Anything illegal. And everybody in the international community, all you got to do is pay him off, and you get what you want. Qatar gave him a damn plane. What did they get from him? They got a base here in the United States, something anybody ever got. An air base in the United States. Pay for play pays. This is what you is. You pay and stuff and everything. You give what you want. So all you got to do is pay some money. So we're like a cash machine. We just put some money in there, and they're going to give you some favors back.
well, I'm gonna tell you what it is, Ed. Tell you exactly what it is. It's just my opinion. I might be wrong on this. These people do the numbers. Everybody does numbers. They do numbers on manufacturing. They know exactly how many manufacturing companies there are. They know how many retail and franchises we got. They know exactly how much money each one of these franchises are bringing in. And they see that something is not quite right. It's not clicking. Now, even though our stock market is high, but we talked about that yesterday. We know what's going on there.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is that what I'm thinking is that there is something is going on. The reason why these people are allowing him to do what he's doing, pay to play, is because we, when I say foreign countries, these foreign countries, we international countries here in America have went over there and opened up a bunch of companies all over the world. And so what we want is the same thing for them to come here. And it's been hard for to negotiate and try to get these people to come over here and have their businesses too, because we're bringing employment over there for those countries, as well as some of our people, American people, go over there to different countries to work. So what I'm saying is that I'm thinking that they're saying that he's doing a good thing. That's why he goes all around. I'm gonna tell you right now. I ain't giving him no standing ovation, but I'm gonna tell you right now. He's running around making deals. Yeah, he's gonna get some deals for himself, but he's making deals for this country to try to bring these people in. Now, whether they do it or not, I don't know. You
It's
know,
not going to happen. That's not
well,
going
I
to
don't know.
happen.
I
Yeah.
don't know. But what I'm saying is that at least that's what it looks like. It might
Well,
be a facade.
it
They
is a
might be
facade.
telling him one thing and then
Now,
they do another thing.
let me give you an example of why I'm saying this. We have a car company named Stellus. They have a plant in Canada, and so to appease Trump, get rid of those tariffs, they told the people in Canada where their plant is at, we're going to close this baby down and move the operations into the United States. When they woke up after they had said what they said, nobody even thought about the implications of what they were just getting ready to say. What it's going to cost them to bring that plant into the United States is not even worth it. And they finally had to say, it's not even worth us leaving here. We're going to have to stay here in Canada. First of all, the wages and stuff that they were paying the people over there in Canada is a hell of a lot cheaper than what it is here in the United States. Next of all, their benefits and stuff that they're paying, that they have to pay for the workers and stuff here in this country, they have to pay it, where in Canada, the government pays them for their health care coverage and all that. That's a lot of daggone money that you are going to have to pay out of your daggone pocket just to move your plant down here into this country. And all the other benefits that they have to pay out of their company's pocket, whereas in Canada, the government is supporting that. It doesn't make any sense. So with another company and stuff, when they come in, they look at this country and they say, well, is it going to benefit me to bring my manufacturing here into the United States? Most of them are going to probably say, hell no. They're looking at that plant, that the TSMC plant that they have, that they're building down there in Arizona. They've been building on that thing for over a year, and they still ain't got it done. The cost is rising. It doesn't make any sense to try to bring some over here because you're losing money.
Well, you tapped the right bug, because think what you just said is healthcare. You know, Europe, they have free healthcare.
Canada got free health
Canada
care.
have free healthcare. All over the nation, all of these so-called democracies all have free healthcare, or
Mm-hmm.
sort of whatever kind of healthcare they got, but they don't have to come out of their pocket. The government is the one to take care of it. I'm sure it's taxes or whatever that the people have to pay in order to get that health care. But however they're doing it, the companies do not have to be concerned about that part of it,
They don't have
which
to.
is not an expense for them. So that's one expense. The other thing, other expense is that most people, and I'm just saying, this is where it is. Most people don't want to work for less than $30 an hour,
Not here in
25,
this
$30
country.
an hour.
Not here in this country. And it,
No,
and most of these plants here have a union, and they demand that they pay these people these wages.
yeah.
But they don't have to do that in Canada. They don't have to pay nearly as much money. So that's just one example. Now looking at TSMC over there, you got South Korea sitting there and everything. They're the ones that own that plant. They're the ones that's building that plant here. They can't even get it done. It's been over a year, and that plant still has not been completed yet. It's the chip manufacturing plant right there in Arizona. They're going to go out of business trying to get that plant up and going. Other people and stuff see that crap. They're not going to come over here and invest into this daggone country. But if we look at what's going on, Ted, most of these people are sitting there dangling a carrot in front of this knucklehead Trump. We're going to dangle a carrot in front of you. Yes, we're going to give you this. We're going to negotiate a good deal with you. So he slows the tariff down on them bringing in their products to the United States. As long as they can dangle that carrot in front of him, they're going to continue to dangle that carrot in front of him. 3 times they negotiated a supposedly deal with the Chinese government. All during those times, Ted, you remember what was going on? Trump was having a fit. We're going to put 145% tariff on you guys. They sat down at the table with him and negotiated, and he dropped the daggone price down to 25% tariff. Okay, we're going to drop it down. We ain't going to kick the tariffs up. That's the only thing China wanted to happen and stuff, because they can still trade here. So they keep tit for tat with his ass. They went over there into another country over there, into England and stuff, and sat down with him and stuff again because Trump got mad. Okay, you sit down at the table with him, and they sat there at the conference table with him across from Besson and Lutnick, and didn't say a word to him, and let Lutnick and Besson tell everybody in the whole world, yes, we're doing good, we're making progress, and everything is fine. And Donald Trump and Zhao Zing are going to have a big meeting, and they're going to consummate what's going on, and we're not going to put that tariff on them and everything, that 100% tariff on them. We're going to kick it back down to 35%. China walked away, got in their cars, about 20 of them, and drove back to the airport, got on a plane and came back to China. We got another 2 months until this knucklehead figures out that he getting screwed.
Well,
So I'm just saying that they're doing this stuff and everything and stuff with him, and hopefully in playing, they just dangling him along, and they're making him look like a daggone fool.
well, all of this is wonderful, and they playing games with each other and all that. But the thing is and I'm gonna say this 100,000 times: if you don't train your people, I'm talking about all the people. If you don't train these people, these young kids, and get serious about education, now you're gonna always have, you know, different categories of students. However, they got to get smart enough to try to separate that, because everybody don't want to go to college. Everybody don't want to be an engineer. Everybody don't want to be a doctor, a lawyer. And you have to separate these kids. And they've tried to do that, but they have done it in such a way that I think they didn't do it the right way. And somehow this educational system, and if they take it by the states, then the states gonna screw it all up anyway, because they got too many bigots and racist people, prejudiced people, and all that. So I don't know what the answer is, but um, and I can only speak for the black race from my experience, and I'm gonna put my experience in it, because I'm gonna tell you, when I was in, and we're talking 50s and 60s, when I was going to school in Chicago, we only had a couple of teachers that was really paying attention to you. The rest of them didn't give a shit. That was in the 60s, you know. And, I wasn't fortunate enough to go to a Catholic school like you. You went to a Catholic school. And the only way that I was very fortunate to go through, I had a seventh grade male teacher who showed some interest in me. And so I sort of kind of picked up on it. I had an eighth grade political science teacher who sort of kind of took a little interest in me. But what I'm saying is that the bottom line is that we have to take this education extremely serious with these young kids and explain to them, and we have to get these parents on board, because when they done made it out of a joke now, from school to prison pipeline. They done made it almost like a joke. It's not no joke when you got almost 10 million black people, male and female, got some type of been in jail or in prison. They had some encounter with the law. It's crazy. I'm talking about through the years, the last 30, 40 years. And this right here is not right. And everything, it all depends on the local community. And the local community is responsible for their kids and making sure that their kids are getting that proper education. That means the parents, that means the teachers, That means law enforcement. You have to be involved. Why would you even have kids if you're not going to be involved with your kids? I don't get it. Don't have no babies.
You
If you're
can't
not
do
going,
that.
if you're not going to train your kids, if you're not going to cater to your kids, cause you know, I mean, I can only tell you my thing. Once my kids were done, hey, my life was over. It was
You
all
can't do
about
that.
them.
Can't do that, Ted. They can't do that. They can't do that. They cannot do that. You know they can't do that. They can't decide not to have those babies. It's not up to them. They got laws out now. They got laws out now. You can't have no damn abortion. You get pregnant, you can't have no abortion. You got to have that baby, no matter if you can afford it or not. You got to have it. But back then, before they stopped the Roe v. Wade, before they completely eliminated, they could have had uh, legal abortions and everything would have been okay. But those folks that you were talking about, Ted,
Uh-huh.
decided that we're going to have us some babies because every baby that we got money coming in our household. The government going to pay us for these children. And that's how they looked at it. And they didn't give a crap what the heck happened. They did not do anything about it. So we got to, and I repeat again, like I've been telling you all the time, we have to look our own self in the damn face and stuff and quit blaming that white man, all the other stuff and everything, because we created this damn mess. But to talk about the stuff that's going on right now in the present and the near future, whatever you were saying right now ain't in the Trump administration's rear view mirror. It's everything you talked about is not what they got in front of them. Only thing that they're concerned about is putting money in their pocket. Because guess what, Ted? Those policies that they talking about enacting and stuff, it's not only hurting our community, it's hurting their damn community too.
Yep.
It's hurting them too. It's hurting all of us. So they don't, like we keep saying, they do not care. The only thing they care about is their own folks, the millionaires and billionaires, their top 2%, or maybe sometimes they include that next 5%. But that's it. The only thing they are doing anything and stuff for. And our politicians feel the same way.
I agree. I mean, you ain't getting
Yeah,
you
they
ain't getting
not.
no.
Nobody is concerned about our children. Ted, we got for about 5 days, and they ain't gonna have no SNAP money, no food stamps to help feed our children, white children included. And when they asked that knucklehead about it, when he was on that plane heading to Japan, well, what about them? He said, "I don't care.
It's the Democrats' fault.
It's the Democrats' fault. I don't care. It's the Democrats' fault. Talk to the Democrats. We don't care." That's a hell of a thing to say when you're supposed to be the president of this United States. That commercial that the Canadian government, not the government, but the province, one of the provinces in Canada put into our ad campaign here in the United States. The people in Canada, including the newspaper people, jumped on Doug Ford. Why you do that? You shouldn't have did that. That wasn't nice. Know what he had to say? It ain't nice to see the president of the United States with a crown on his head, riding a plane around and shitting on his people. They shut up. They say a word. They couldn't back it up. How in the heck is he going to talk about the embarrassment he going in this country and he's shitting on his own people? That didn't look very good to him. That was horrible. People out there demonstrating, and he flying a plane over them and shitting on them.
Well, it don't look good neither by the way they treating these
It, it,
undocumented people neither.
it don't look good at all. And for him to sit there and knowing that these children, I don't know what's going to happen, Ted, when their food stamps run out, and these folks are running around here trying to get to the food ship banks and all the food places and stuff to try to see can they get some food to feed their children and stuff. Well, what the hell going to happen? It's going to be a horrible sight for our country because people are going to be flying around there with their drones and stuff, flying over these places and stuff, and seeing these people in these cars lined up, these $80,000, $90,000 cars and stuff and everything that they done went out and bought, and they don't have enough money to put food on their counter inside their kitchen. They got to go out and find food. But that's what's going to happen. It's going to be a horrible sight.
Well, they talking about this thing gonna last till after Thanksgiving, bro.
You can't. This country's not going to make it that far, Ted. We ain't going to be able to make it that far. Something's going to have to happen next month. Going to have to happen next month. And this CR that they talking about and everything, it's supposed to end in the middle of November. Even if they go back and say, okay, we're going to sign this thing, it ends in November, middle of November. It was only a 6-week CR. That was it. They're going to have to come back and vote again because it won't mean anything. If the Senate and stuff decide tomorrow to pass the thing, it's only going to last 2 weeks. What kind of dumbass shit does that make?
They, to them, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, the Republicans, this is a joke to them.
It's a joke. Because he's running around telling it's the Democrats are in charge. They control the government. Said it on TV. Now they got on national TV saying it. The Democrats are in charge. They control this stuff. Don't ask us about it. Ask the Democrats. His people, he done still sent them home. His Republican friends have not touched the Capitol building in over 30 days.
Well, here's the thing, though, Ed. When you said that Rand Paul, the Kentucky senator, said that they're scared.
They scared.
But now look at the force that he's used. He didn't spend millions of dollars unnecessarily, sent the largest carrier on the ocean to Venezuela. He got all kinds of heavy artillery as well as planes. I'm not that far from the main military place, and all I heard all last week or 2 weeks ago, whatever it was, planes just flying over heads, going to the destination of that carrier, and it must have been at least 15 or more jets, and all of this stuff is money, bro. All this stuff costs money. The forces that's out there in those cities is money. They gave ICE a budget of $150 billion, giving these people $50,000 raises, or I should say, sign up. They say up to 50,000, whatever that means. So it's out of control, bro, and they know it's out of control.
They got Christy Gnomes, Homeland Security, whatever that whole name is, title is. She done bought 2 planes,
Yeah.
2 jets.
Almost
People
two
hungry.
hundred million dollars.
People hungry, and she done just bought 2 jets. He sat down there and tore down the east end of the White House, completely tore it down. It's gone.
Yeah.
$300 million is going to cost us to rebuild that thing back up. But we can spend money on that, tearing down that building over there, but they ain't got enough money to feed our children.
And don't forget that 40 billion that he sent to
Oh
Venezuela.
well,
I mean, not Venezuela,
they
but
asked him about that, and he said the money was well spent. Whatever his name is, won the election. We're gonna get our money back. That was money well spent. We're gonna get our money back. I helped my friend. That's what he said. He won the election, but the peso was still falling out the bottom. He ain't say that peso at all. Yeah, so don't even talk to me about that $40 billion because the money well spent.
you don't know what you're talking about.
and, and Canada over there with ASEAN, and they got him all on TV. They got him everywhere. And everywhere Trump lands, they got people out there holding signs, no Trump, no Trump. He, the Canadian Prime Minister lands in Malaysia. They got a red carpet for him. Trump lands. He ain't got shit.
Did you see him walking this morning? I saw
Yeah.
him walking this morning.
They put a red carpet out for the Canadian Prime Minister. Full military salute coming down the ramp. Trump show up. He he lucky to see the Prime Minister show up to greet him. He the president of the free world now. Shit. Yeah. He didn't give nothing. But he'll turn around and after all that stuff going on with South Korea, he begging them to come back and everything. Today, they said, you getting ready to meet North Korea? Oh yeah, I'm gonna go see Kim Jong before I go back.
Yeah, right.
Man, this is too much. I mean, absolutely too
I'm
much.
telling you, man. I'm telling you, this. I ain't blaming. You know, if these people are too weak and cowardly, you know, they don't need to be in office. I'm sorry,
They
because they're
don't.
not doing their job.
They're not. They're not. Even in those red states, they're not doing their job. People are mad about it. But guess what, Ted? Some of them know that they're going to keep their job because them people are going to vote for the Republicans. They don't care what the hell going on. If there's a Democrat running against them, they back in office. That's how much these folks care about these Republicans. They're going to put them back in office. Some of them, not all of them, but some of them, a whole lot of them, going to put them back in office. They done ruin their whole daggone state. They're going to put them back in office. Watch and see. 2026, about half of them folks and everything who Republicans who didn't do crap for their people in their state will be sitting in that daggone Capitol in their office, doing the same thing, screwing them people around. It's happened, man. I'm looking out there, Ted. I'm trying to figure out what the hell are we thinking about? What them people thinking about? They don't care what they got an R in front of their name. They gonna vote for them. They will vote for a pig before they vote for a Democrat.
Well, let's put it like this: when you look at the numbers, this can't be a black-white thing because you're talking less than Utah, Wyoming, North Dakota, South Dakota,
Montana,
Montana. What 3%? total black folks, if that.
if that.
And you can even go as far as Idaho, you know,
Yep, go ahead.
uh,
So, yep, there's a few more.
Iowa.
Nebraska, Kansas.
Yeah, very few black people. So this right here is a ideology um, thing against California, New York, Illinois, Minnesota. Now, a lot of these people have moved to other states like Ohio and places like that, or they moved to Texas. But because a lot of those, they're losing their constituents in those states. A lot of those states we just named, they don't even have 1 million people.
But they got all of them got 2 senators.
They all got 2 senators. So something is wrong with this picture. And on top of that, they're not even bringing enough money to even take care of their own people.
No, no way. They ain't paying enough taxes to do anything. They got
So,
more cows. They got more cows than they do people.
yeah. So something is wrong with this picture, and I think that you got 8 million people in New York. Something's wrong with this picture. So I don't know. Um, somebody needs to be informing these people and letting them know and educating these people that your state is gone. You're broke. Unless you start opening up and start really seeing exactly what's going on. And and I believe most of those people are on food stamps. Probably 30-40% of the people that each one of those states we named is on food stamps. Because I don't see any major manufacturings that they have there.
None. If they ain't got a farm out there with a tractor on it or a combine, no,
So the people
that's
that's
it.
living out there that work for the farmers or work for maybe some kind of the government, they probably working. A lot of them work for the government, the employment. I was looking. I did one little study real quick. I don't know. I think it was Wyoming or one of those states, and the majority of employment was working for the state,
Yep.
local government. I don't know, man. It seems like the uh, Caucasians, they somehow, I don't know what I can't read nobody's mind, and I'm not going to sit up here and make judgments about these people because a lot of good people, nice people, they want to live their own life, and that's fine. You want to be separated from black folks, that's fine too. But the point is that your state is going broke.
They've been broke.
But yet still,
Some
you voting for this party that's destroying you.
some things, Ted, does not register in people's minds. Their their ideology and their philosophy is still dated back into the 20th century when they were in charge. The country was what, 50, 60% Caucasians. But the tide has changed. It's been changed for the last 10 years. There are more people of color in this country than they are Caucasians. Now, nobody really realizes, and they're not saying anything because they, I don't know, it doesn't sink into their head We got how many? What, about 20 or 30 million Hispanic folks in this country, correct?
We got more than that, bro.
Okay, whatever. You got 30, 40 million of them. And probably,
75. We got 70 over 75 million.
and probably over half of them is undocumented, correct?
No, these are you got 75 million Latinos, and and they ain't all Mexicans. They from
Right. I'm just saying Hispanics. Go ahead.
yeah. But
I was talking about, I was talking about
you got another
undocumented.
50 million. You got another 50 million that are undocumented.
Okay, 50 million of them that are undocumented. Follow me with this here, Ted. Follow me, okay? Follow me just a little bit. I want you to follow me, and I'm hoping that the people out there who watching the show follows me. You got 50 million people out there who are working in this country. Those 50 million people are contributing to your Social Security, they contributing to your Medicare, and they contributing to pay taxes into the federal government and your state coffers. Now, they will never be able to get their Social Security money back. They will never be able to get their Medicare money back. They don't qualify for food stamps. So where that money going? You got a surplus of money coming from 50 million people. If they don't put but $10 a month into that system and stuff, how much have you got? Just $10. And you know they putting in a lot more than that.
Well, a lot of these people, a large percentage of them, and I'm not saying, I think they sort of kind of got rid of that, but a lot of them get paid under the table too.
And that's fine because they got to go to the store, they got to buy cars, and they
And they
have to get
paying
a mortgage,
taxes. They
and
paying
they paying
taxes.
taxes, and they got to get a mortgage. All that stuff is going back into your system. Because your money that you putting into that bank, or you putting into the stock market, or you putting into whatever, is adding to your money in your pocket. As long as they paying a mortgage, that money coming back to you eventually. As long as they paying their sales tax on everything they buy, that money is coming back into your coffer. And most of them are working for less than slave wages.
No, they're not. Not no less than slave wages.
Well, they
Slave
might as
wages didn't
well.
make no money.
They might as well. They might as well. Shit, you
But
can
look at
buy
the numbers here.
you can buy
Look
for
at the
$10 an
hey,
hour.
look at the numbers here. What I'm saying is, you got 100 million people that's from kindergarten or daycare to up to college and all that. That's 100 million people going to school and what have you. Now, grant you, some of them might, a few of them working full time or part time and what have you. But majority of them are not working. These are high school and grade school and college students. And then you have almost 100 million people that are retired. That's 200 million people here. We only have 160 million people that's working full time, that is accountable. And you might have another 30 million working part time. So the point is, when you start looking at these numbers and you say, and think about this, 50 million people working under the table or working, undocumented, they don't even count them as non farmer's labor. They don't even count them. And if you go to each one of these little states, and you'll see a bunch of, and they don't even count them on their docks. Hundreds of thousands of them working in different states and what have you, and they live in these little shanty towns. You go here, I'm living in Tampa area, and I look around, not so much now because a lot of them just sort of kind of disappeared. But they,
They all disappeared. Shit.
what I'm saying is, they got these little shacks all
Yes.
up and down the road and little mobile homes that they live in or used to live in. I don't know what they're doing now because I ain't been down there, but it'd be a lot of them, living in those little shacks or little mobile homes, and they get out in the fields.
Pick them vegetables, pick them oranges,
Strawberries.
strawberries, find out whatever they got out there that they growing, they picking it and they're putting it back into our society so we can have cheap food to eat. and you
I'm
gonna
telling you, I'm
and
telling you,
you gonna and
I
we
have
gonna
mixed
get rid of
emotions.
that.
I have
We
mixed
wanted to get
emotions
rid of it.
because it, if you go to the mall on certain days, and I think with most of them now, I don't know what they do now because I don't go to the mall no more. I ain't been shopping in the mall for years. But the point is that if you when I used to go to the malls and on Sunday, man, it'd be loaded full of Latino people.
They
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 spending
spending that
money, bro.
they spending that money,
Spending
keeping the
their money,
economy
buying these
flowing,
little kids clothes
keep
and
keeping that economy flowing,
yeah.
keeping the economy flowing.
And now
You
they didn't
you
ran these people off.
you dumb son of a guns.
But I understand, like some of these people, just like everybody else, you're gonna always have a few knuckleheads that's running for the rest because they get in trouble, they speeding, they end up having accidents, and some of them even try to do a little criminal stuff. But the point is that what you just said, they was helping this economy. They probably, I bet you, they generate anywhere between $5 and $6 billion, if not more, 10 billion, 20 billion,
That's a
100
low
billion.
number. That's a low number.
I'm saying that, yeah, I know it is. They might do $1 trillion worth of work. I don't know.
Hey, you get close now. Final word, Ted. We at the end, man. This thing that got shoot. I didn't think I was gonna make it through this whole hour, people, but I'm still here.
Okay, you made it.
Final word.
Well, I'm gonna just say this: Lord help us. Please help us. That's my prayer. Lord help us. Some people get some brains about themselves, and let's get this thing fixed quick. But we have people out in the street.
I
That's
don't
all I gotta
believe.
say.
I don't believe that my Savior, my Lord, is going to allow His children to go hungry. I don't believe that. So something's going to happen to you next month. And that's in a few days. I don't believe He's going to allow His children to go hungry. Something getting ready to happen. Something going to break here in a few more days. Something going to break.
I hope you're right.
I know I'm right. Something going to break because that'll be a horrible, horrible, horrible sight for those people to see that. But I know a lot of those parents, white folks, is going to be calling up their representative and going to be beating that phone down, and they're going to have record phone calls coming in there, and it's going to shut their daggone phone system down. We need some money to take care of our children, and they're going to be a march on that Capitol. Millions of people. We ain't going to be talking about no 100,000. Millions of them are getting ready to come. We ain't gonna be able to see that. They're not gonna. Something gonna happen. Best thing I can tell them to do is shut that city down. Have so many people up in there, you can shut it down. They can't do nothing. It'll be a gridlock. You heard it from me, people. A gridlock. Shut it down. Somebody gonna do something. Anyway, folks, I have enjoyed myself. Thank you. See you.